ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Wednesday, June 15th. Your drive begins right now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We are here today until 6 o'clock. We take your phone calls every day at 877-420-TALK. That is 877-420-8255. We also have this thing called the text line. We open that up for you. So some people just don't like to hear their voice on the radio, and I get that. I understand. So you don't have to hear your voice on the radio. You can text 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Coming up on the program here every Wednesday, and if you don't already know what that means, every Wednesday, Lindsey Webb or a special guest from the Charleston Dirty Birds joins us to talk about what's happening with a lot of things with the Dirty Birds. And coming up in the next few minutes, she's going to come on the program. So we're going to talk to her. Used to be me and David Kahn. It was Swann and Kahn. So now it's Swann and Webb. I don't know. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but I think it's a much better show. We'll find out. But there's a lot of Marshall to get into today. And we're going to get into more details about what's happening. Of course, you know the news by now. It was made official. Jeff O'Malley going to be the new athletic director of Lamar University. So Jeff is taking that position. Congratulations to him. He's going to be a fantastic athletic director. And I think that he has given so much to Marshall University. If you're not happy for that guy, I don't know what to say about you. You should be happy for him. And I think a lot of people, I think most people are happy for him. You hate to see him go. But at the same time, I'm happy that he gets the opportunity to be the athletic director at a university. And maybe this will lead to bigger and better things for him. Maybe Lamar will turn into a fantastic athletic department under him. And he'll get to either stay of his own volition, or maybe he'll go somewhere else. Who knows what his journey is going to look like. But this is another step on his journey. So I want to wish him all the best, and hopefully we can get him back on the program sometime next week. Let's give him a few days before we try to get him on the show. So he has indicated that he can and will come on. So we'll do that here in the near future. Board of Governors meeting is tomorrow. We love the Board of Governors meetings. You know why? Because things happen in those. And the athletic department, of course, is going to be a part of that. Here's what we are going to hear about. We're going to hear about the baseball park. $30 million to build the baseball park. And you got to get that going soon because there's $8 million that's coming from the city. We talked to city council chairperson a few weeks ago, and she said that we got to get this money by this certain time. And so Marshall's got a timetable now. Also, got to do some upgrades. What's the one complaint most people have at Jones C. Edwards Stadium? What's the one complaint? Is it concession? No, it's not that. Is it parking? No, that's not that. Is it seating? The bathroom issues. The bathrooms at Marshall University are not, by any stretch of the imagination, modern. Not by any stretch of the imagination. What is the biggest thing today in the college experience that's important? And it's those creature comforts. It doesn't matter if you have 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 seats. That's really not where you're trying to win battles these days. You're not trying to escalate. First of all, Marshall doesn't have the group of fans large enough, the core group, to fill 40,000 seats on a regular basis. So you got to look at things that create creature comfort, right? You got to look at amenities. You got to look at things that enhance the experience. And honestly, I think maybe 35, 40,000 seats for Marshall and the, if we ever settle on a number or do any upgrades or whatever, I think that, it's not the seat count that really matters. I think it's how comfortable is the stadium. how fun is it to go? I mean, what's the experience like when I go to a game at Marshall University? Of course, the team itself, you're going for the game, right? Well, some people go for the game, but they expect more. We've talked about a party deck. We've talked about, doing things. When we talk to Lindsey Webb here in the next few minutes from the Dirty Birds, she'll talk about, I'm sure, all the fun things that happen in the ballpark. I mean, a lot of people go for the game, and they just want to see the game. I want to see the game. A lot of people are going because their friends are going. It's something to do. I mean, they're not going to live and die by the wins and losses of the team, but it's something to do. It's something to go out and enjoy. They're a fan of the team, but they're also a fan of Dollar Beer Night, right? Fan of Dollar Beer Night. And so those things are important. And if you have a stadium experience that's fun, it's comfortable, the bathrooms work. Big one there. Big one. Bathrooms. Those bathrooms are... No. I don't have words for them. I refuse to go in them. I'm a little bit more fortunate. I can avoid that. I'm a little bit more... I'm blessed. Hashtag blessed. I'm sorry. Hashtag... bless, emoji bless. Okay, I get the emoji bless there because I get to hang out in the press box. I'm blessed. I really am. It's I'm fortunate, and I don't take it for granted. But man, if I had to go to a game and experience those bathrooms on a regular basis, no. I mean, it's not going to stop me from coming to a Marshall game, but it's not going to make me exactly excited. Got to go to the bathroom. Okay. I'm not back in 10 minutes. Send out a patrol. They're atrocious. Oh, yeah, you got to make sure your concession lines are good. You got to make sure that your concession offerings are good. That you have great offerings. The bathrooms are clean. They're up to standard. You want to have all it. So when someone comes into your stadium to visit, God, those bathrooms were terrible at Marshall. They don't want that. I know. I mean, we're probably nitpicking this thing a little bit too much, but the bathrooms, yeah. Spend the money. Fix the bathrooms, please. Renovate the bathrooms. Do everything you possibly can to fix the bathrooms. So that's on the wish list. Also, you got video board enhancements. There are requirements with the Sun Belt. There are certain things that need to be replaced because you're not going to be able to get service for anymore. There are lots of items that need to be improved, and you're going to have to improve some of those offerings, and that includes softball video boards, soccer. Wouldn't that be great? Have a video board at the stadium. I mean, it's going to be a great upgrade. I know Chris Grassie's got some upgrades he wants for that facility as well. I'm sure he will get those in eventually. But video, that's important. Video board enhancements. Again, that's part of the experience, the atmosphere, I can sell ads. Remember, as you vent to me about how much advertising is on the video board, I will remind you, because that's the point of the video board. The video board is there to sell advertising and to be displayed. So you can find ways to make it less obtrusive, but the whole point of the video board is to sell advertising to make money so you can have nicer things at Marshall University. So it's not a catch-22 at all. I mean, to have nice things, you got to have this. You have to have this. And these are things you got to come up to standard. I mean, you can't just sit still. You have to come up to standard and then try to push it further. Yes, it's a student activity, but as well as I do, this is a lot bigger than just students coming and playing a sport for your entertainment and getting an education out of the process. It has gone way beyond that. So we'll talk more about that. I want to get your thoughts and opinions on that, so we're going to open up the text line for you. You can do that now at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Lindsey Webb from the Charleston Dirty Birds. We're going to talk to her, and then we will get into more of what's happening. It's all coming up. Today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to the Wednesday, June 15th edition. The Drive continues on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I am your host, Paul Swann. It is time to welcome to the program. It's Wednesday. That means only one thing. It's time for Swann and Webb. That used to be Swann and Kahn, Lindsey, but David Kahn is unfortunately no longer with us. He's fine. It's just no longer with us. So it's Swann and Webb now. Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
I sent him a text, told him that this is going to overtake that segment as the most popular ever, Swann and Lindsey. So you like Swann and Webb or Swann and Lindsey? Which one do you like better? Well, you have a better name maybe. Thinking on it?
Yeah, I think I like Swann and Webb. That kind of has a nice ring to it.
Okay, Swann and Webb it is. It's going to be our new segment every Wednesday, Swann and Webb. We talk about all kinds of things, and maybe we'll talk about the Dirty Birds as well. Actually, we got a lot to get in. Okay, first of all, I say that a lot. We have a lot to get into, but I mean it here because you're doing something pretty special for Pirates fans. Steve Blass is going to be installed into the Charleston Professional Baseball Wall of Fame on July 23rd. That's a big deal.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we just announced that today. It's something we've been planning for a little while now, and we finally had all the pieces together. So we're really excited to announce that, and I think Pirates fans and fans everywhere are really excited about it. So,
let's just go back a ways here. You weren't even born when he was in the World Series against the Baltimore Orioles. You weren't even born, Lindsey.
I was not.
It was in 1971. I might have been born then. That was, I might have been. I'll have to double check the dates here. I think I was at least, I was born or being born or close to being born. So that's a long ways, but yet Pirates fans love him. I met him a few years ago, and he's just this lovable guy. So how excited was he to find out that this was going to happen?
Yeah, he's thrilled. Like you said, he's just such a great guy, just all around. And so I think it'll be really cool for people to get to meet him, because after we do the ceremony where we induct him into our Wall of Fame, he's actually going to stick around and sign some autographs for fans. So that'll be fun.
Now, for maybe fans that don't know the entire story, he's got history with Charleston. So not just the Pirates connection, it's a Charleston connection as well. So that probably means a lot to him to be a part of this Wall of Fame and to be remembered by the fans, young and old.
Yeah, and it's cool because the Charleston Charlies were actually the last team that he ever played for right before he retired. So it's exciting.
How much did you know about him before coming with the Dirty Birds? Were you a Pirates fan growing up, baseball?
I wasn't, but obviously, like when I first started working with the Power at the time, we were with the Pirates. We were affiliated with the Pirates, so I got to learn a lot about them as an organization and just as a team. But I didn't know much about him. I didn't really grow up watching much baseball. I didn't really follow like a major league team or anything like that. But yeah, just from what I've heard, he's a good one to have come into the ballpark.
So this has got to be exciting for you now that you are in the professional sports world and in the baseball world to hear stories like this, to know what the connections are. He was just recently a Pirates broadcaster, and so he is no longer in the booth, but he was there for a long time as one of the voices you heard, with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it's not as if he's someone who has lost touch with the fans, and he's going to be again in Charleston for this ceremony. autographs as well, and of course, Mega Blast fireworks. You picked a good night to do it.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff going on that night. Like we always say, we have a lot of stuff going on, but it's the truth.
We do. We have a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, I got to know about the world famous crazy hot dog vendor here. What's the deal? I don't know about the world famous crazy hot dog vendor.
Oh, you need to catch up.
Fine. All right.
So,
that's what you're here for, to catch me up. I need to know what the kids are doing today, right? I don't know about the crazy hot dog vendor, but he's world famous, so I need to know.
Yeah, we need to fill you in. We need to make sure that
All right.
you know.
So what's the 411 on this guy?
So he's actually from Reading, Pennsylvania, and he's Reading's, the Fightin' Phil's, kind of their version of the Toast Man for us. So he rides this, he's in full costume, he rides this ostrich, and he runs around on the field and tosses hot dogs to the fans. I mean, the kids love him. He came out twice last season for the first time, and the kids just get a kick out of it. I mean, he had to have used to play baseball or something, because he tossed these hot dogs like over our suite balcony. Like, he gets these hot dogs going far, but it's just really funny, like yells and hollers, and it's just, it's you can't really understand what he is unless you see him in person.
Please tell me the hot dogs are plain, right? No sauce, right? Please tell me that.
No sauce. They're just, we wrap them up really tightly, and he tosses them out. He squishes them a little bit, so they might be a little squished when you're eating them, but they are completely edible. No sauce, no ketchup or mustard or anything on them.
I like how you said they're completely edible too. He's throwing hot dogs; they're completely edible. That just gives me an idea. What animal would the Toast Man like to ride around the ballpark throwing out toast?
Let me see if I can just guess which one he would like.
Yeah.
Something really crazy, yeah. I'm sure. Like, it wouldn't be something, I don't even think my brain is fully capable of coming up with it. It's probably some, like, hybrid animal of some sort.
What about a bird?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, how about a dirty bird?
Fly on out. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Dusty.
Yeah.
Dusty the dirty bird.
Yeah, just put him on a dirty bird and let him go out there, just ride the bird, or, in his case, I don't know how that would work, but I can visualize it now, the Toast Man just running around on a bird, throwing out toast to everybody.
There we go. We need to run this idea by him.
He'll look at you like, "No, what are you talking about? What are you talking
about?"
Oh
no, he'll go with it. Sometimes you have to be careful what you bring up to him, because then, like, the next day he'll come in and he'll have everything needed for the idea, and he's like, "I'm going with it. It's great. I'm going with it."
I still can't believe that Appalachian Power Park's the only ballpark with a plug ready for his seat. I mean, just a plug,
yep.
Yeah, just plug ready right there for his seat.
Yep, the only one with an outlet in the actual stand.
Lindsey Webb's with me from the Charleston Dirty Birds. So what's happening this week with the Dirty Birds, and what's coming up here that the fans should get excited for?
Yeah, so when the team gets back in town, they're coming back on Friday. We have games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be celebrating Father's Day weekend here at home, and then they hit the road again. So this is a short one, but we were sure to jam-pack a lot of events going on during the short time that they're here. So Friday we have it's dairy night at the ballpark. So we're doing a chocolate milk giveaway when you leave the gate. So that'll be fun for the kids to take home some chocolate milk right before bedtime. So and then we're doing a replica jersey giveaway. So our home Dirty Birds jersey will be given away to the first 1,000 fans. And let me see what else we got going on Friday. Furry Friend Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew that one, Furry Friend Friday.
Yeah. And then Saturday we have, obviously, our Mega Blast fireworks, so that'll be really fun. I think we'll have a really good turnout. I'm hoping that the heat just kicks it down just a little bit. It cools up just a little bit. And then Sunday we're going to celebrate Father's Day with dads out on the field. We're offering first pitch and catch with Dad So you can add on to your tickets a bundle where Dad will get to go down on the field before the game and either throw out the first pitch with his child or catch the first pitch where the child throws the first pitch. So that'll be a fun one. We're hoping to see a bunch of dads out on the field for Father's Day on Sunday. And we're also giving to the first 500 men that come in the ballpark on Father's Day a Dirty Birds Grill spatula.
Okay. I'm going to add that to the list of things that I'm waiting for my care package to come with. Yeah, already the whole Hawaiian shirt, now the spatula. Yeah, this is going to be one big box that's going to be delivered to me soon. All the things that I have asked for. Right, Lindsay? Right?
Right.
Right, yeah. Uh-huh. I'll never see this. You won't be able to keep them. That's probably going to be a really sweet giveaway.
Yeah. No, that is the thing this year with our every single one of our giveaways have been so I tell people, like, hey, if you want the giveaway, you need to get to the game early, like earlier than early, because we've given away every giveaway that we've done this season. We've given them away in 20 minutes or less once the gates open. So when we're funneling them in, they're going as fast as they possibly can, as fast as we can get people in the gates. And then unfortunately, we do have to tell people who have been waiting in line for over an hour or whatnot that I'm sorry, we already gave them away, because our lines have started forming like hour before gates even open, and the gates open an hour before the game starts. So it seems like people are really excited about the giveaway. So when I'm telling people, like, hey, we have this really cool giveaway that we're doing this coming week, if you want it, you need to make sure that you get there early, so that way you can get it.
Lindsey Webb joins me from the Charleston Dirty Birds, so that's the rule now. Gates open an hour before first pitch. Get there an hour before gates open. You should have concessions outside of the line. You thought about that as an extra moneymaker? Just have someone hawking, popcorn, peanuts, and all that stuff?
We definitely should.
Have some. You can have like some Dirty Birds food vendor trucks out there as well. Just an hour before the game. You could do a sidewalk vendor maybe. You make a killing.
Yeah, there we go.
Lindsey Webb's with me. So back on the 17th, 18th, 19th, of course, and then you will have a stretch there where you're not at home. Back again. We'll start up with the promotions on June 28th, so there's some good stuff coming up. And then, when we talk to you in July, it's going to be Christmas in July.
Yeah, we're doing a Santa or a Dirty Birds Santa hat giveaway on Christmas in July. We'll have Santa out at the ballpark. He's going to toss out a first pitch and just like meet with the kids. So that'll be a fun little thing to get to meet Santa at the ballpark in summertime. Okay.
For parents who have children, close their ears for just a moment, all right? Give them a moment. I'm going to need a Santa hat because you don't know this about me. I used to be a department store Santa.
Really?
Really. I was for several years.
Cool.
Yeah, for several years I was a department store Santa.
That is really neat.
I'll have to find the photo. You're probably too young. You probably don't know the Hills department store chain when it was in its heyday. But yes, I was a Hills department store Santa. So I'm going to need a Santa hat, just because.
Yeah, you'll definitely need one. Yeah, it's like the bright Dirty Birds blue, and then it has our little Dirty Bird logo with Dusty right on the front of it.
Okay. All right, that's going to be a keen one there to get a hold of. We'll revisit this topic here soon. Lindsey Webb is with me from the Charleston Dirty Birds. So before I let you go, anything else that's coming up or going on you want to talk about?
I just think we just always have a lot of fun things happening. I think this weekend's going to be one that I think we're going to have really big crowds this weekend, and there's a lot of fun things happening. So I think if people haven't come out to the ballpark and they've been wanting to, this weekend will be a really good one. I think that our replica jersey giveaway, it's one of our best giveaways that we have this season, and I think people will be really excited about it, and I can't wait to see everyone wearing them around the concourse on Friday. That was the fun thing about the Hawaiian shirt was every single person, it seemed like for like the first 20, 30 minutes was every single person was wearing the Hawaiian shirt. It was just so cool to kind of see like a sea of Dirty Birds Hawaiian shirts. So I'm excited to see that again coming this Friday with our replica jerseys.
Hopefully you saved a few of those, and maybe Steve Blass can be wearing a Hawaiian shirt when he does his autograph signing. He'd do it.
That would be so cool. Unfortunately, we did give every single one of them away. But I know.
We're getting him a custom jersey, though, right? I know I'm spending your promotional budget for you. Okay, good. Get him
No, we'll definitely get him a jersey made up.
Think he'd throw out the first pitch? Really good? Think it'd be you think he still got some heat?
Oh, I think he's still got it. What do you think?
We're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, we will.
Lindsey Webb joins me. Yeah, it's good to talk to you again. Hopefully we can keep this up for many, many months, because that means that the Dirty Birds will be playing well past the regular season. So let's just go ahead and put that in the back of your mind right now. We're just going to be doing this until let's just do this every Wednesday, off season as well.
There we go. Yeah, what's Wednesday without our phone calls?
Exactly. What's Wednesday without our phone calls? It's perfect. Makes perfect sense. Lindsey, good talking to you. We'll catch up with you again next week, and have fun this weekend.
Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
That's Lindsey Webb from the Charleston Dirty Birds. Swann and Webb. Swann and Webb. That is the new segment there, replacing Swann and Kahn as the former voice of the then West Virginia Power. David Kahn has been doing a lot of other projects, so he is no longer the voice of the then West Virginia Power. So we can't do that segment anymore. We're getting back on sometime soon here in the future when we can. All right, more coming up. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to the Wednesday edition, The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line is open for you, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Our big story of the day, it's official. Jeff O'Malley will be the next athletic director at Lamar University. There will be a press conference to introduce him coming up. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for Lamar. And you know what? There are a lot of good people that I think sometimes we got to be careful because we're spoiled. So let people know they're appreciated. We're spoiled because Jeff was one of those guys. We were spoiled by having him around so many times, so many years. So just appreciate everyone you know. All right, what else is happening? The herd has been getting bigger and better. Of course, Marshall making some more offers. Caden Washam, he is a class of 2024. He is a wide receiver, DB. He's 5'11", from Cottage Hill Christian Academy in Mobile, Alabama, getting an offer. Brett Clatterbaugh from the class of 2025. He is a linebacker. He's also a wrestling champion. He is from Easterview High School in Culpeper, Virginia. So he's getting an offer. And I'm hoping I'm saying this right. I apologize. Nick Cray, class of 2023. He is a offensive defensive tackle. Don't know where they'll put him just yet if the offer is accepted and he sticks. From Harbor Creek High School in Erie, Pennsylvania. So, the herd getting bigger, as Coach Huff likes to say. Also, again, the CNN of Marshall football is Doug Chapman. The CNN. You want to know what's up with Marshall football behind the scenes, or just some things, videos now and then? If you're not following Doug Chapman on football, Marshall football, you're not following him, guess what? You're just not doing it right. You're just not doing it right. More video being released today of the turf installation. And it's not finished yet, but they got the foundation down, the black end zones. It's going to pop on TV. That was the whole point. Have it pop on TV, so when you're watching a herd game on TV and You see how it looks on. You're like, wow. I mean, be honest. Appalachian State's turf popped. I'm hoping that it will pop for Marshall as well. So we'll see what the final product looks like eventually. But if you just want to keep an eye, I know you get on Twitter, you get on Facebook, you get on message boards like, hey, are there any updates on the turf? Just follow Doug. That's it. The CNN of Marshall football, Doug Chapman, getting it done like he always does. So keep an eye on his Twitter account. We here in the near future, we'll need to get John Elmore back because the TBT is coming up July 16th. James Kelly's back on the roster for Heard That. Also, Derek Cook Jr. on the roster again. And so you're going to have some familiar faces for Heard That. Can Heard That make a run? Can this be the Cinderella team this year? Can this be the Cinderella team this year? Can it? Can this team get back to the promised land and maybe be one of the finalists here? It's possible. We'll need to get John Elmore on soon. So we'll try to work on that to get him here. Big night tonight in sports. We've got Game 1 of the Stanley Cup. We'll talk about that when we continue. The NBA Finals resuming tomorrow night as well, so we'll get into all of that with you. We will take your phone calls and texts. The phone line is 877-420-TALK, 877-420-8255, and the text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. More coming up. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We are wrapping up today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thanks for tuning in. And, of course, if you can't listen to the show live all the time and you want to find a way to keep up, we've got a great option for you. You can be a follower of our podcast. Now, we post that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or if you use a different service, we're pretty much there as well. So wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to the show. It's on demand, and it's commercial free. Right now, it's commercial free. Now, I'm not saying that to tell you not to listen to the show live, but I'm just telling you, there's a reason you might want to subscribe to the podcast if you can't listen to the show live, and you can listen to it and maybe 3/4 of the time, get it all in. It'll be under an hour, so there you go. Again, I'm not saying that stop listening to the show and just download it. I'm saying do both. Listen to the show and then download it and listen to it again. And then wake up the next morning and listen to it for the third time. So listen to it on your way home or when you're out, wherever you're at right now, listen to it now. Download it later tonight, listen to it, and for whatever reason you can't be here to listen to the show, you can just listen to it on demand or in the morning. Listen to it live. But you can download it on our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. So we've got coming up tonight on our sister station, Cat Sports in 93.3 and 1340, Stanley Cup Final beginning tonight. Game 1 going to be played in Colorado. So this game is featuring two of the best teams, Colorado and the Lightning are the defending champs. So even though they did not finish with the best record or the best record in the Eastern Conference, they beat the team with the best record in the Eastern Conference and overall best record, and they're going to face off against a well-rested Colorado Avalanche team. Last time a team was able to pull off the three-peat, the New York Islanders. That was back in the 80s. And the other teams that were able to do this, of course, the Montreal Canadiens, because the Canadiens back in the day were the New York Yankees of the NHL. And then you got the Toronto Maple Leafs. They can't buy a Stanley Cup now. They have great teams, and they just can't buy a Stanley Cup or get out of the first round. Look, the Rangers even got out of the first round. Sorry, Maple Leafs fans. So that's coming up tonight. Pirates last night, back in action here, hopefully trying to bounce back from a 9-1 loss. It was the second of the doubleheader. Almost a shutout, but got that final opportunity to break that, and the Pirates were able to get one on the board and feel good about themselves. They're back in action tonight. We've got it for you right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. And, of course, as I mentioned, Stanley Cup's going to be on our sister station, Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. So we got you covered. And then, of course, the NBA Final tomorrow. Hopefully, Golden State can just close this out and we can be done with the Boston Celtics. And everything will be right with the world once again. Let's just be done with the Boston Celtics. I mean, good job, Boston. Good job. Let's just be done with you. Get this over with. 9 o'clock tip. Again, it's too late. 9 o'clock tip. I know. I got East Coast. You're staying up, right? Yeah, stay up. How about Andrew Wiggins? Is he going to be, what do you think, MVP? Can we say MVP? Can we talk MVP about Andrew Wiggins, who has found his home, found his place, finally found where he belongs? He had 16 rebounds. He hasn't had 16 rebounds in any game. High was 11. And so he's finally showing his potential. And I'm not saying that he's going to get the MVP, but, he showed why he's added so much of a new dimension to Golden State. 26 points in Game 5. I mean, he wasn't clanking three-point shots like Steph was. Watch Steph go off tonight. I know I'm sorry. Well, maybe he goes off tonight in practice. Yeah, I was going to say, they're not even playing tonight. Yeah, Steph, save it to tomorrow. Tip off, 9 o'clock. We're going to have that game for you coming up. And that is tomorrow right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 and on Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. So looking forward to seeing that. And you know what? If it goes 7, that'll be fine. I'll be okay with that. I just want to be done with Boston, completely done with them, and just let's just focus our attention on the Stanley Cup and baseball. Completely focus our attention on all of that. So what are we doing tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's going to be our Thursday edition, so we might have a surprise or two for you. We're going to keep an eye on, of course, the Marshall Board of Governors meeting. That's tomorrow. And again, things that are going to come up will be baseball park, baseball projected cost $30 million. Also, improvements, wish list items here. That includes bathrooms at Jones C. Edwards Stadium. And you need video board enhancements. You got to be in compliance with the Sun Belt, what the Sun Belt requirements are. The Sun Belt is a league that is aggressive, progressive, and for something fixed, it looks like this league is going to say fix it. Not just hope it gets fixed. That's why I like this league a lot better. All of a sudden, I feel so much better about where Marshall's at in the college landscape. That's going to do it for this edition. Back tomorrow on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
WRBC Huntington, W231BS Huntington, broadcasting from the Oscars Breakfast Burgers and Brew Studios. This is ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.